Well, good evening. Well, I would have said that you're a good-looking group, but I could barely see you when you were coming down the stairs. Welcome. Are you excited? You should be excited. Good evening and congratulations. My name is Theresa Vecchio. I am the Dean of Students. I think you all can probably sit.
It's a noisy group, I know.
That's all right, it's all good. Where was I? I'm Theresa Vecchio. I'm the Dean of Students here at Quinsigamond Community College. I'd like to welcome you to the 39th Phi Theta Kappa induction ceremony here at Quinsig. Give yourselves a round of applause. So here, let me tell you a little something. This is one of my favorite ceremonies on campus because of the pomp and circumstance. You guys are in your robes. Some of you are wearing medallions and looking very dapper. But this is also a good marker in terms of what's ahead in relationship to your future here at Quinsig and what you can be providing not only for your own learning but for our community as a whole. And I want to thank you in knowing that you're going to be doing that in the next couple of years, in the next year or so. These folks have already been doing that for us, and I want to give them a round of applause. So I know that some of you are familiar with the meaning of Phi Theta Kappa, but let me just tell you a little bit about the organization as a whole. The purpose of Phi Theta Kappa, what it means, Phi Theta Kappa is an honor society, and to be a part of the honor society, first of all, there are 4 hallmarks of Phi Theta Kappa. Do you know what they are? Shh. You will. I promise you, you will. Scholarship, say it with me, scholarship. Scholarship. Leadership. Leadership. Service. Service. Fellowship. Fellowship. That's what Phi Theta Kappa is all about. And you will experience that here at QCC. To be a member here at the Phi Theta Kappa, you must have a cumulative grade point average of 3.5. I know, it's impressive. You must have earned 15 or more QCC credits. You must be a matriculated student. You are required to do community service, and if you haven't already started that, you will be. I swear Bonnie will be on you for that. And you must continue towards the path of academic excellence. The National Phi Theta Kappa organization awards $1 million in scholarships annually to assist members in achieving their associate's, bachelor's, and master's degree. Some of our recipients are here today. They didn't get $1 million, but they've gotten some form of scholarship through Phi Theta Kappa. Here at QCC, the very first induction ceremony was 39 years ago. We started this 39 years ago. There were only 11 members at that point. Today, we will be inducting, there's 198 eligible students who are allowed to be inducted tonight. There's approximately 90 of you who are participating this evening. Overall, our Phi Theta Kappa organization has 698 students involved in this organization, just here at QCC. Phi Theta Kappa Honors Award Society here is a 5-star chapter, which is eligible for, is a pretty significant distinction. I'm making a little bit of noise, I apologize. Let me push this. My voice is loud enough that I don't even need a mic, probably. Members to be a five-star chapter, members have to participate in an 8-month research project, which is a very in-depth research project. This year's project was focused on working with the elderly and mental health issues at a local nursing home. Some of the other projects that Phi Theta Kappa brought to QCC and the Worcester area have also been pretty impressive. We opened a food pantry and resource center this summer and are serving over 325 students here at QCC. They run a greenhouse on campus that provides produce, fresh produce, to the food pantry. This is our second year, our very successful high school college readiness mentoring program at Burncoat High School. And finally, they started alumni. You're going to hear a little bit about this later, but they've started a PTK Alumni Chapter this year. This is all incredibly impressive. This was just this year. So please, again, give them a round of applause. If it's not clear already, I want you to know that Phi Theta Kappa, these students here, and the students who weren't able to make it tonight, are actually the movers and shakers of QCC. They are undoubtedly our leaders of tomorrow, and I'm very excited to watch them grow and move on to the next. Some of these folks are graduating, moving on to the next phase of their life, and I'm looking for these folks to come in and take their seats. So now I'd like to introduce our president, Dr. Luis Pedraja. He's going to provide us with some opening remarks. Dr. Pedraja.
Good evening, and welcome to Quinsigamond Community College. Are you excited? That doesn't sound excited to me. Does it sound excited to you? Are you excited? Yeah! That is much better. In the last few weeks, I've been honored to have participated in several PTK events. I think it was just last week that we had one of our students receive an award and a scholarship, and we're very proud of that. The ceremony was held at the State House. Just yesterday morning, I was in Orlando for the American Association of Community College and went with many other presidents from across the nation to the PTK President's Breakfast and recognition of some of the students getting some of the national awards. And some of the stories that I heard were very moving about not only the students and what they accomplished, but some of the obstacles that some of them had to overcome to get there. And one of the things that came to mind as I was sitting there and thinking, that I was coming to this event tonight was that not all leaders are PTK, but all PTK students and alumni are leaders. And that's something that you can bank on. I've seen a lot of the different students here and interacted with them and gotten to know them. And they take every single challenge very seriously. When I meet with them, they're always well prepared. They always have very detailed presentations, always trying to convince me to support one of their causes. And I've always been honored to do that. At the same time, when I put a challenge to them, they've taken them up and they have done amazing things with it. When I started as president, I asked them to consider mentoring high school students because I believed the mentorship was something that was important to help get the students from the high schools into college. And they took that challenge, and they've now are mentoring students at one of our neighboring high schools, Burncoat, and just seeing those students how much they've thrived thanks to the work of some of the students in this group. It's amazing. So I think it is an honor that you are part of PTK and that you're being inducted. And I'd like to congratulate you. This might be a very special time for you, but it's just the beginning. There'll be other moments like this. This might be one of the best days in your life, but you'll continue to have other best days as you go through your journey here and onward into whatever the future takes you. Just remember one thing. When I came from very humble family. My parents didn't have a high school degree. I worked hard because my parents supported me and encouraged me, and I went to high school and then on to college. But I never made it into an honor society. I missed it by that much. But nevertheless, here I am as president. So I leave you with this. I didn't make it, and I'm still here as president. Imagine what you can do. Congratulations.
Thank you, Dr. Pedraja. The next person needs no introduction. Ms. Bonnie Coleman, and I said this last year, and I'm repeating it because it's so true, is the heart and soul of Quinsigamond's Community College Phi Theta Kappa program. I mean, she's the heart and soul. So as her boss, I oftentimes am trying to get a hold of Bonnie, but she's way too busy with the students sometimes because they're always going in and out of her office, and she's going crazy, working so hard with students. And honestly, that's what she does best. She's amazing at what she does. She's tireless, and her dedication to Phi Theta Kappa students has been evident every day for the past 14 years. In fact, I believe Bonnie Coleman's name is nearly synonymous or interchangeable with the words Phi Theta Kappa. Please join me in welcoming Bonnie to the podium as she will conduct the ceremony.
Okay, don't get me started before we thank you. Well, thank you, Dean Vecchio, and thank you, President Pedraja, for being here tonight. I'd also like to thank the Phi Theta Kappa inductees, family, and friends for all being here tonight. It is a special night. Okay. So at this time, it's my great pleasure to introduce Dan Underwood. Fondly in the office, we call him Dunder. So, little joke there. So he is our outgoing chapter president. Dan came into the presidency position this past November. He always has a smile on his face and brings much laughter into our office. For 2 years, Dan has been extremely involved in the Phi Theta Kappa Burncoat Mentoring Program. He's led his team and members on fellowship hikes and steered his team in our chapter once again to a 5-star chapter. Not easy to do, so thank you. Dan will be heading to the West Coast in the fall to study aerospace engineering. Dan?
Thank you, everybody. Thank you, Bonnie, for the introduction, and Dr. Pedraja, Dr. Vecchio for coming out and speaking tonight. I'd like to thank my family for being here tonight and providing a strong support system throughout my time here at QCC. As the outgoing president, it's been my honor to serve with this officer team. I've had the chance to meet and work alongside the most passionate students over the past year. When I first walked into Bonnie's office last spring, I had no idea what was in store for me. I've grown quite a bit over the past year, and together with my team, we've affected the lives of many others. Our Honors in Action project was a huge success. Our team worked and partnered with Dodge Park Rest Home, and we conducted research into elder loneliness. We explored the impacts of social isolation and how we could improve the overall health and psychological well-being of seniors. We held 3 events at Dodge Park, including our senior prom, which is pretty clever. We had an ice cream truck there, which made it pretty lit. I'd also like to thank Vanessa and our entire greenhouse team for all the hard work they've done this year. Thanks to them, we've been able to provide the food pantry with fresh vegetables every week. We've also been raising funds for our future greenhouse, which is currently in the planning process, but will hopefully materialize soon. Out of all the amazing things we've accomplished as a chapter, I'm most proud of the mentoring program we have with Burncoat High School. For anyone who hasn't heard of the mentoring program we have, we meet every Tuesday with about 15 Burncoat High School students to promote college readiness. I won't go into too much detail about the program. Max over here will do that for us. And now this brings me to Miss Bonnie Coleman. Bonnie is the backbone of this chapter. Without her, none of us would be here today. She makes everyone's lives easier with her support and encouragement and pushes us further than we thought possible. So thank you, Bonnie. And lastly, and perhaps most importantly, I'd like to congratulate all of you here tonight on your academic achievement. You've worked hard, and now is the time to be recognized for that. All of your family and friends here with you tonight should be extremely proud, but most importantly, you should be proud of yourself. It has been your hard work and perseverance that has brought you here tonight. It's my honor to say congratulations to you and to our new officer team. Thank you.
At this time, I'd like to introduce Vanessa Hanger, Phi Theta Kappa Live and Learn Greenhouse Manager. Vanessa volunteered last year in the Phi Theta Kappa Live and Learn Greenhouse. When our last manager, Kyle, graduated, I did ask Vanessa if she'd like to assume the position as the greenhouse manager. Although I don't think she ever told me she would, she has. Despite having some initial concerns about the time commitment and lack of greenhouse knowledge, she proudly accepted the leadership opportunity. Currently, she manages the student volunteers, our analytics and engineering team, our pest control team, and we do have some pests out there, harvesting team, and much more. In addition to that, she has paved the way for a larger campus greenhouse, which hopefully will be on this campus this upcoming fall. President Pedraja, do you hear me? Vanessa has been selected to be the 2019 29 Who Shine Award recipient, which recognizes 29 outstanding student graduates for each of the 29 colleges and state universities. Vanessa has been, Vanessa has been accepted to the honors program at UMass Amherst, but is waiting to hear back from Tufts University and will study cognitive brain science. Vanessa?
Thank you, Bonnie, for your kind words. Thank you, President Pedraja, for being here tonight, and Dean Vecchio. Thank you to all the friends and family members that are here as well. First, I would like to thank everyone for being here this evening. My name is Vanessa Hanger, and I have had the pleasure of serving as a manager of the PTK Live and Learn Greenhouse for the past year. Tonight, I have the honor of recognizing the team members of the greenhouse who have worked so hard this year. However, before I do that, I would like to tell you a little bit about the greenhouse and why it is so important on our campus. With the help of fellow PTK members and the support of Bonnie Coleman, Mary Bailey founded the PTK Live and Learn Greenhouse back in 2015 out of concern for her peers. Mary's vision for a campus greenhouse that provides fresh produce to students in need continues to live on through the work of the greenhouse team today. The need for a campus food pantry and greenhouse became clear to me after a 2018 survey found that 49% of our students had experienced low or very low food security within the past year. All of the produce that we grow in the greenhouse, peppers, cucumbers, tomatoes, herbs, greens, supplements our on-campus food pantry and resource center. The PTK Live and Learn Greenhouse is run entirely by students, staff, and faculty volunteers whose contributions over the years have positively impacted the lives of individuals beyond the QCC community. Because of their hard work and fundraising efforts, we will now be able to expand our operations and increase our impact with the construction of a new campus greenhouse this summer. This is a wonderful opportunity for new and returning members to get involved with an exciting and rewarding service project where both plants and members grow. Now, I would like to introduce our team members who have been so important to this past year's success of the PTK Live and Learn Greenhouse. Members, as I call your name, please come up on stage to receive your certificate of appreciation and stay standing on stage until all have been recognized. Dima Al Ubadi.
Yes. Be the first one. All right, wait a minute, hold on, just hold
call you guys up. Kayla Bardell. Daniel Gangemi. Kevin Johns. Lupia Marchesi. Isabella Rodriguez. And Eunice Asari. Okay, let's give this group another round of applause in recognition of this very important service to the Greenhouse Project. I would also like to recognize 3 members for their outstanding contributions that are over and above the general expectations for service. Daniel Gangemi for his leadership and innovation. Daniel created a worm farm to meet the greenhouse's fertilization needs, cutting our fertilizer costs. He is someone I can always count on to get the job done. Lupia Marchesi for her continual support and devotion to the greenhouse's mission. Lupia has spent many days with me doing the dirtiest of jobs while still maintaining a smile on her face. I am grateful for her service and friendship. The last person couldn't be with us tonight. His name is Thomas Kiki, and I wanted to recognize him for his dedication and professional work. Thomas is the genius behind our engineering and data analytics team. Now an alumnus, Tom continues to work with QCC students on updating the greenhouse's website and installing new technologies. We are very excited about the live feed camera that he and Kevin Johns installed this semester. Okay, let's give this entire PTK Live and Learn Greenhouse team another round of applause, without whom none of this would be possible. Thank you, guys.
Thank you, Vanessa. Okay, the next person I'd like to introduce is Max German. So Phi Theta Kappa Executive Director of Mentoring. Max joined our chapter and took on the officer position of the Vice President of Leadership. At that time, our chapter voted to work with Burncoat High School's avid 10th and 11th grade students. Eager to get involved, Max joined our Mentor and Mentee program as a mentor. Max jumped in and students respected him immediately. Max moved into the position of director and has taken this program up to the next level. Not only that, but Max has taken on the position of the food pantry and resource manager. So Max, I will miss grocery shopping with you every 2 weeks. Max applied to Brown University and hopes to hear from them in May and will be studying political science. Max?
Thank you, Bonnie. Thank you, Dean Vecchio, President Pedraja. My name is Max German, and I am the Executive Director of the Phi Theta Kappa Burncoat High School Mentoring Program. This program was by far the most rewarding experience I have had here at Quinsigamond and as a member of PTK. Being in its 3rd semester, this program has grown and developed just as the students who have been involved have. As was stated, we have about 15 regularly attending students in the 10th and 11th grade, many of whom who have been a part of this program from the beginning. Every Tuesday afternoon, we usually meet around 2 o'clock, and after everyone finally assembles, we begin with an icebreaker. This varies from team building exercises to what are your 3 wishes on a deserted island? And no, you may not wish for more wishes. We demonstrated to the students the importance of collaborating and engaging with one another in a constructive way. We also showed them the huge impact of listening and being supportive to some of our more shy members. From here, we broke off into one-on-one mentoring, and this is where the foundational relationships were formed. It was not easy for myself to initially sit down with our mentee. There were many awkward silences, questioning stares, and many, many jokes that fell flat. But one of the most important things that this program required was for me to show up and step outside my comfort zone each and every week. It was this consistency that, in my eyes, proved to the students what our true motives were, and that we were simply here to help. The role of mentor takes on many different forms. Someone to go to for advice, someone to cheer you up, someone to whom you can vent, someone to make sure that you're doing your algebra homework and reminds you that no matter how much you think it is, it's not the teacher's fault. The end of every session was capped off by a well-balanced catered meal that never seemed to have enough cookies. As we formed these relationships individually, there was also a cohesion and a bond that developed amongst the group. As someone who designed the structure of the program, I quickly learned that what looked good on paper and organized did not translate well into practice. There was a lot of unaccounted free time that developed, and it was during these unscripted times that the true nature of the program shone through. And that is that it was a safe and fun place to go and hang out after school. Indeed, some of the fondest memories I have are during these times, when someone would be challenged to a dance battle, and then all proverbial hell would break loose. During these free times was when you could sit down and make a new connection as well, and a friend, by just sitting next to them and sharing a meal. One of the things that I am most proud of this program was that it was used as a conduit to provide these students with information. Every third week, instead of providing homework assistance, we brought in different types of resources to these students, like transfer counselors who showed that these students what the possibilities are open to them if they put in the effort and study hard. We had a resume building workshop with an expert from our career services department. We had our admission officer speak to these students about the remarkable opportunity that QCC offers. We as mentors pushed and encouraged these students to begin thinking about life and what happens after high school. This is a frightening and uncomfortable exercise where we experienced more than a little pushback. But we persisted. We continued to ask questions and get them thinking about what it will take for them to achieve their goals. And we showed them that they do not have to walk this journey alone, that we as mentors will be with them every step of the way. Thank you.